This is from Thursday night's Jan 6th committee hearing. And you look at this footage, and there were people out there who were claiming like, oh, it was just a bunch of old people on tour, just a bunch of boomers and doing what. And I will say this, that one of the things that we talked about early on was there were people there. And now we know on some level it was the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers who had met, had planned, had worked this out, who thought, I mean, the Oath Keepers had rapid response teams on the edge of the city who were going to come in after essentially, I don't know how else you describe it, like the coup. Now, they may have been deluded as to what was going to happen, but this is what they thought. There was a significant number of people, and I don't know what we know about back channel communications, but listen to this in terms of the violence. But then we will talk a little bit more about, like, you know, what the Proud Boys, what the state of the mind of the people who were in there were doing.
So I wasn't able to really see what was going on.
Pause it for 1 second. This is a Capitol Police officer talking about what happened with her. She got knocked unconscious and then ended up going back and, you know, trying to prevent people from storming into the Capitol.
Here, when I fell behind that line and I saw, I can just remember my breath catching in my throat because what I saw was just a war scene. It was something like I'd seen out of the movies. I couldn't believe my eyes. There were officers on the ground, you know, they were bleeding, they were throwing up, they were, you know, they had, I mean, I saw friends with blood all over their faces. I was slipping in people's blood. You know, I was catching people as they fell. You know, it was carnage. It was chaos. I can't even describe what I saw. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that as a police officer, as a law enforcement officer, I would find myself in the middle of a battle. You know, I'm trained to.
I mean, it was nasty. And it is quite clear that the Proud Boys thought that they were going to be, I don't know, the, you know, Revolutionary Guard, essentially.
I mean, Elijah Schaffer, the Blaze guy who was in Nancy Pelosi's office, his original tweet was like, I'm in Pelosi's office with all the revolutionaries. That was the total mindset these guys were in.
And they had been planning this for a while. I can only tell you, I don't want to go too deep into this, and this is all hearsay, but there was someone at at the Capitol who weeks before had told people, like, things are going to change. You're not going to be able to talk to me this way. Anticipating that there was going to be some change, and they would, by talking to you this way, it's like, you can't say bad things about Trump. That's not gonna fly at some time in the near future.
Meanwhile, like, you know, you have people calling it a dust up at the Capitol. That was Jack Del Rio, but DeSantis is like going on TV and claiming protesting outside of Supreme Court Justice Houses counts as an insurrection. Right. It's the same thing.
Yep.
Two sides of the same coin.